Hey everyone, welcome to ACT2PHILLY on DMTV. I'm your host, Divine King, and today I got a special guest. He's very versatile in the industry, and his name is Maurice Paramore.
What's up, world? Y'all already know who it is, your favorite director, and thanks for having me on, brother.
Absolutely. So I want to basically get into a little bit about you. You know, where you came from, what got you into the industry. From my understanding, you're a very versatile person.
Well, yeah, I've always been into like entertainment. Before I was a director, I was a hip hop producer and artist. Before that, I was a DJ. So, it just kept going and kept progressing. And ultimately landed me to becoming a filmmaker where I can actually blend all of those aspects, especially the music and the visual side. So, I was doing music videos and that, turned into... Actually, I was doing music videos for myself as an artist. That's how I got into it, because I was doing music so seriously. And I needed visuals, and I got into that. And next I started doing my own music videos, and I started doing them for other people. And then next I started, turning them into stories.
Okay. So, well, with the music video, what do you like more? Do you like film? Do you just like to do music videos? I mean, do you like to be behind the camera? Do you like to be in front of the camera? Is it 50-50? I mean...
Nah, I'm behind the scenes, man. When I was doing music, definitely I was the voice, I was the face, because it was just me, a solo thing. But I like telling stories. I like seeing other people bring stories to life, and like that's my thing. Like music videos, I love music, so that's why I'm into the music video aspect. But only when the music videos is really telling a story. I don't want to see you artists and 10, 20 of your homeboys in the behind the camera doing the thing all day. Like, I really want to tell a story, and I think that's one of the dopest ways to be able to tell stories without actual dialogue. So I like that, but it's nothing like being able to bring music into a film, because the music is, it creates that emotion, what I'm saying,
right,
behind the dialogue and that stuff like that. So it's like, again, film is one thing that you can incorporate so many different aspects, from poetry to music to dialogue to
absolutely, I agree.
Everything, So it's like me bringing all of my talents together and putting it into one pot. And that's where I think I landed with the film, is because now I can use all of that. I could bring my own music. I could bring other people's music. I could write my own stories. So.
Well, I like that hoodie you got on and that hat.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope. So tell me a little bit about the Recession Web Series.
The Recession Web Series. It's funny because this project has started almost like 10 years ago.
Okay.
I did my first film, Freestyle Love. For anybody that know, Freestyle Love was my first feature film that I actually shot out here in Philadelphia.
Okay.
And right after that, this was before YouTube, and I don't know if it was before YouTube, but it's before they had all these web series out on YouTube. And I had this series. It was originally called Sunny Nights. Changed it to The Recession. I did an episode, but for whatever reason, I couldn't get the whole series off the ground. Okay. I just knew I wanted to tell a story continuously, and I wrote it, but I never shot it, and then I just kept like revamping it. I turned it into a feature film. I rewrote the script, casted it, but it was just like, nah, this needs to be a series.
Right.
Went back, rewrote the whole series, and it just evolved into the story that it is now. And we just released season 1, which is super dope.
Of course,
I mean
to cut you off. I'm in there. Your boy Divine, we in there, we getting it in. Yeah. I play gamble. I'm glad you had to keep doing it over and over, because that gave me time to get in Philly, and boom, I was able to make my debut, but But if you haven't already, the Recession Web Series, season 1 is dope. You definitely got to check it out on YouTube. But all in all, I'm looking forward to season 2, man. Yeah. Season 2 is going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, I think season 1 was just like the foundation, where it follows the story of a young female hustler who takes over the business of her man once he goes to prison, and you see the ambition of her and, being in a male-dominated game, seeing how she operates in that space, to me is something I wanted to, touch on, that I haven't seen in the TV and film world a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, how would this story be if it was from a female's perspective, and she was running, a bunch of wolves, she was running a gang, and how would that be? And how she would, finesse through these different things. So that's kind of why I wanted to tell the story through her eyes. And it's just evolved into something else. And now season 2 is just like, beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Because season 1 is basically about, it's about it's like a drug movie where you never see any drugs. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But the mind behind that and the connections and the relationships, and that's really what season 2 is about, the relationships, the foundation that all these different people have, and how the stakes are a lot higher. It's a lot more twists and it's a lot more pressure, and people are coming home and things is, it's a lot of unfinished business with season 2. So I think if you like season 1, you're gonna love season 2 because it's that much and beyond.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, we got a lot of characters in there, and man, the people, they really play those roles. Some people are new to the industry, and some people have been putting in work for like the last 5-6 years. And I can tell you, that female to play that role, she cutthroat. She plays no games.
Yeah, she go in, man.
She gonna get this work come season 2.
Yeah. Shout out to Jessica. She did her thing, man. It's funny because she auditioned for me probably a year or so before we even shot the film, and I thought I couldn't find this character. Like I felt like I just couldn't find an actress for it. I thought it was like a role that was just like
too gangster.
Yeah, it was just like too much. Like I don't think I could find somebody to capture it and play it right. And I was talking to one of my actors, and he recommended he referred her. Like, yo, check out this girl. She's dope.
Okay.
So I had to join. I sent it to her like 3:00 in the morning. I sent her the sides for the audition, and I'm passed out, and I hear my phone beeping or whatever the case may be. I'm getting these email alerts or whatever. She had sent me the audition back at 4:00 in the morning. All her lines was memorized. She did 2 scenes. They was official, and I was just like, yo, that's Keisha. Found her. So that was like the first step. Again, a year later, I rewrote it. What the thing about me as a filmmaker, like, I'm always progressing. I'm always, developing my writing, always developing myself as a director. And it's like, if I wrote something a year ago, I gotta kind of update it, like, to where I'm at now. Yeah, so it don't matter how dynamite it was a year ago. It's like, before I put that camera up and I'm ready to roll, it's like I gotta get it just a little bit more tighter. And I think it just became, a better overall story.
Okay. So with a lot of your films you've done, have you won any awards for the Recession series, or what recent films have you done that you've actually won awards for? Because I've seen your name in a lot of these film shows or whatever around, like, in New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia and stuff. Your name's in there, but have you won any awards, and what films have you won those awards?
A few. I've done really well in the film festival circuit.
Okay.
My recent film that I just released is called Regrets, which I really love. It's a film about, a father who's recently being released from prison, and he's trying to reconnect with his daughter that he hasn't seen since 5. And it's like a real heartfelt story, man. And I'm really proud of the project, and proud to say that I actually won my first screenplay award for that.
Wow.
So I won Best Screenplay and Best Short Film at the Westfield International Film Festival. And that was just like an amazing experience, you know what I'm saying? I've won some awards before that, man, but like that was the first time I won for writing. And I love to write. Like I said, being a hip hop artist, I write my own lyrics, of course. Like,
maybe I need you to write some lyrics to me. I'm trying to drop a music video this year. Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to use Divine King, or I might go by my series name, Gamble. But whatever it is, you're going to get
Gamble?
this work.
That's a hot artist name right there.
Right.
So yeah, that's one that. There's also one Best Short Film at CETA Awards out in New York City.
Okay.
So that was really dope. I actually won that twice in a row, 2 years in a row.
I was happy to be a part of one of that.
Yeah, for
Bad Romance.
Yeah. You been rocking with me for a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? So
hold up, before we go any farther, what's up with Bad Romance?
Yeah, I got.
Can we play a trailer for? Can we play a trailer for that?
Yeah, definitely. You started in that with Mia Barnes, man, and it's funny because I think you had auditioned for me for the Recession. I think
we did, but
or
you know
was
what?
It something else.
We're gonna get back to that. So right now we're just gonna throw up a trailer for Bad Romance.
All right.
I'm home with my friends. I could be out sleeping around, but I'm not.
You mean not again?
You something else. Why you gotta keep bringing up old shit?
Because you keep giving me shit.
He don't do what I do.
All she do is nag all day long.
That's what women do, fool. They nag, man. It's like they superpowers.
I ask you to do one thing. One.
I'm just so in.
Clean the damn dishes. Well, no, you leave that shit piling up to the damn ceiling.
Girl, it's been 3 years and he still hasn't asked to marry you yet.
No, not yet, but well.
It sounds like you got hit with that devil's dick, girl.
What the hell is the devil's dick?
That, honey, is when a man know he ain't shit. Probably worse than the devil himself. But he also know that he has really, really good dick.
The time gotta be right. You know you can't rush marriage until one of them greasy island brothers go scoop your girl up. Listen, they don't wait for you to get your stuff together though, bruh.
I think I'm leaving Kyle's ass.
Why? What happened?
What's your problem, huh? Why you always sweating me? I get one day to chill with my friends. You tripping?
You don't take me out on any dates anymore, or nothing. So you tell me, who are you fucking?
You know what? That's why you don't have a ring on your finger. Because I ain't marrying no nagging ass bitch.
Don't you ever disrespect me like that again. You don't want to marry me, Kyle? You don't want to be with me?
Maybe we can't last.
Welcome back. You seen the trailer? Amazing. But what I want to know, like, what inspired this?
Hey, what inspired this movie? Well, really, because for one, I wanted to work with you, and I wanted to work with Mia Barnes. You had auditioned, I think, for a film called American Born Sinners.
Right.
Don't steal that title because I'm actually still going to come out with that film. And then you, I think, auditioned for The Recession, and for whatever reasons, I just didn't get those projects off the ground at the time. And then I did a commercial for Maurice, my clothing line.
Right.
And I just seen y'all had this nice little chemistry together, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? I got to get them in something together. But at the time, I was listening to a lot of music, Soul Child. I don't know why, but I was listening to a lot of...
You dope, though. That's why.
Yeah, dope. But for some reason, I was just listening to this song from Music Soul Child, and I originally just wanted to do like a music video to his song because it was so dope. I wanted to just have like characters play it out. Make a long story short, it evolved into something that was, you know, a lot bigger than just a music video.
Right.
And it became Bad Romance, you know. It became these two characters that was, you know, trying to build a thing, but for whatever reasons, friends got in their way, and you know, you saw how little things in a relationship can mess up the bigger things, you know. So that's what it came down to, and I really ultimately just wanted to put you and Mia together, and it became like a super dynamite film. So I even thought about making it longer.
Right. You've been getting a lot of requests about that, right? Extending that short film into a major feature film, but. Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. If you ready, I'm ready. If she ready, if she ain't too busy, you know, she might be too Hollywood right now.
You never know, man.
But I'm down. You know, I'm on go. On go 2020.
Yeah, I'm with that. That's a dope film.
Okay, so I had the pleasure of listening to some of your music. Mm-hmm. It was called The Unlocked Diaries. Yeah. Yes. And me personally, I only know you from directing and writing. Movies, but I never thought that you had that type of talent. You said you done music, but you know people say
all type of stuff.
But I actually listened to the whole album and it was dope. Like I'm blasting this joint in my car like day after day after day.
You sent me some clips too, rocking it. You know what's so crazy about music? I started, you know, I've been doing music since middle school and high school and in college. I took it super serious, and I came out with my first album in 2007, and I started my film production company a year later.
Okay.
And I kind of like neglected, you know, my music because like film started to take off and became a business and became its own thing, and I kind of regretted the fact that I didn't keep pursuing my music, but music was always gonna be my first love. Okay. You know what I mean? So Diary, that album was literally supposed to come out in 2009.
Okay.
Like, it was always supposed to come out, and it was supposed to come out a year later, and a year later, next you know, 10 years passed, and I was just like, damn, I haven't dropped an album in 10 years, so it was special to me, like, to come back, and it was very personal if you heard the album.
Yes.
Dealing with a lot of, like, relationship issues, just a lot of personal stuff. So for me, it was just something that I needed, regardless for myself, regardless if the fans or anybody dug it. It was for me and my true fans that was rocking with me since the True album, my first album. Like they was still there for the pool party. My true fans, whether it was 30 or 50 of them, they was like, I had my true fans there, and they got to celebrate that with me. So that was dope. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that pool party was lit though.
And
you was performing and you ran and jumped in the pool. I'm like, what the? I didn't expect that, but hey, I mean, live it up. Live it up.
It was fun, man.
But do you ever think that with all the things you're doing, and you say you, like with the writing, you say you had to keep redoing and doing it, and with the music you had to redo it and do it. But do you think that you might be doing too much is why you're constantly putting other things off? Or you think you're multitasking but you can't handle it all? Or, I mean, are you kind of like getting used to just multitasking and doing all these different things? Like, how can you be sure to put your 100% into something if you're doing all these different things?
I don't know. I think that's something I struggle with forever, man. Like, and I have to learn, and that's what I'm learning now. I'm actually reading this book called The 4 Hour Workweek. It's actually teaching me a lot about delegating and automating and being able to grow with, you know, other people and stuff like that. Like, coming from, like, music and stuff like that, I wrote my own music. I produced my own music. I recorded my own music. I had a own studio.
You sound like Ryan Leslie in the studio. If y'all don't know who Ryan Leslie is, you better start doing your homework. But
I don't know. Like, it was hard for me to depend on people. Like, I know what I'm capable of, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes I might have to do a little bit more to get it done right. But I realized, and honestly, I haven't really realized that up until this year. Dang, we only been here for like 2 weeks. But really, I realized that you can only do so much by yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
And now I'm just more like, all right, I need more teams. I need other people doing this. And I don't want to do everything. Like, I'm at the point in my life where I'm trying to work way smarter than harder.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be that dude that's like, yo, I worked so hard for that, man. That's the old mentality. Like, you got to unlearn that. You know what I mean? We got to get to, like, building. That's why I like the series so much because, you know, I'm used to doing films with, like, 2 or 3 people, 4 people. Like, Recession, I had 15 people in the first episode, the first series. The first season. Season 2, I incorporated another 15 actors. I got like almost 30-something actors from season 1 and season 2 because I realized that together, what we can do, like the way we pushed season 1, what we doing for season 2, and it's just like that's what I want to build more of. I think we do too much alone, and now I'm at that point where it's just like, you know what? Nah, I got to do more. That's why I'm trying to bring in more writers. I already got some. I'm gonna have some guest directors. I got some guest directors for season 2.
They say the more the merrier, but
yeah, I'm just at that point, man. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of controversy. I don't even want to say controversy, but a lot of talk about how Tyler had just put up a post where he had he pretty much wrote all his shows from
himself
last year.
Yeah, I seen that post on
every
Instagram.
Episode, every joint, and I'm just like, you know, it's kind of like a gift and a curse, you know, because at one point, at one perspective, it's like, yo, beast, hard work, grinding, but it's just like, yo, you're in a position where you could put, for one, a lot of people on, and you can be doing a lot more. I realized I could have been doing a lot more if I wasn't just editing my own projects. If I was just shooting them and letting other people edit them, I could be moving on to them. But then that's another aspect because you got to find the right people, and it's a lot that come with that. But you gotta do more of that, and that's like my focus now. Like I said,
it's a chance you take in business. I mean, because you have an idea how you want your stuff to come out, and the person can be in the business. He can have all the whatever. He can have all the credibility with editing and all that other stuff. But what other people might praise him on and what he's done, it might not be to your liking. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's a risk you take in business. You just got to find the perfect person that can bring your vision to light just how you want it, and it's just a chance you take. But you definitely need help, man. Yeah, definitely gonna need help in this business. I know personally, like I had my clothing line, Truly Divine Clothing, and I launched it in 2015. And when I first launched it, like, I was making sales, people were supporting it, and it's just like, but I was a one-man team, and it's like after a while, you know, it's just like I couldn't grow, I couldn't scale up. You know what I mean? Then it's funny, but usually the people that's close to you, they don't necessarily really support you. It's usually
No.
the people you don't even know, which is crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But you know, just to not to get on top, but a lot comes with that. And what I mean is, I think we put too much on our friends, you know what I'm saying, sometimes, because like this, right? Say if you do a lot, like if you got your own clothing line, say you come out, you put out a new shirt, right? And then your friends support you. And then you put out the second design, and a lot of times we expect our friends to support the second design, and then the second album, and then the second thing, and it's just like, yo, am I wrong? You know what I'm saying? Or are you wrong because you can't support every last thing that drops?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like a give and a take with that whole type of situation. But the whole point of that is that we have to also look beyond our friends, and that's the scaling part, and that's the scope where it's like, all right, you can't support this, but I need to be getting to these outside people that don't know me, and I need to be figuring out how to get to this audience and these people and stuff like that. So I think it's a balance, you know. So.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to get a little bit more into that maybe later on, but we're going to take a break and stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome to Act 2 Philly on DMTV. I'm your host, Divine King. Here we're going to talk about established artists and up and coming out of the Philadelphia area. We're going to give nothing but film reviews. We're going to give our honest opinion. So stay tuned. Join us every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm your host, Divine King. All right, guys, welcome back to Act 2 Philly on DMTV. I'm your host, Divine King, and let's get back into it. So I got a question for you. For this year, what do you have coming up? How many projects do you have coming up?
It's going to be an awesome year, man. Like I said, we have season 2 of The Recession. That's my baby. That's like the project that, you know, I feel like I'm bringing the community together with this project. So just to keep growing that is very important to me. The Regrets, I want to finish that as a feature film because it's only a short film.
Nice.
But it's been really great. So putting that out there. And I'm going to be opening up my own film academy. I don't want to say too much about that.
Okay.
But I want to be teaching film classes and stuff like that.
Smart.
To the kids, to the youth, and to the adults, everybody. So I'll give you more information about that. And just trying to bring more people together, man. Like, I'm creating another series. I want more writers. I want to put more directors together.
Okay.
I want to just build more of the community up, and I think that's what's lacking in this area. You know, it's like everybody's doing their own thing over here and that corner over there, but it's like we got to do more together. So hopefully, you know, in this position that I am, you know, power, whatever you want to call it, or just creating a lot of things, I want to do more of it and take heed to a lot of these things that I feel that we're lacking. So just try to put it all together and build it up. So, you know, really that bridging that gap from Philly to New Jersey, because it's like Philly has its own thing going on. New Jersey always gets kind of like missed because, you know, we're in between Philly and New York per se. So it's like just bridging that gap between, you know, the two is like what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely. Well, you already, by the work you've done and the amount of people that you've reached out to, so you've already touched people from New York, Baltimore, you know what I mean? So it's branching out, but I mean, for 2020, I think it'll happen. I mean, you got a plan, you know what I mean? You already know. Yeah. I'm going to support you, my brother. So, you know what I mean? But by the end of this year, I understand that you're going to be starting the film mechanic and all that, but what do you expect to happen by the end of 2020? What's the biggest thing you want to happen for you? And you got to speak it into existence.
Well, shoot, we're gonna talk finances. You know, definitely want to make over 100,000 this year. Ooh. That's my goal. I never reached it. I think it's important not just for the money aspect up, but I always think it's important to have big challenges and big goals, and not for what you would get, but what it would make of you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta goals that's really big. You realize that you gotta stretch a lot further, you know, than you used to doing. So financially, you know, I definitely want to reach that. Hopefully I can put together another office / studio for some of the things that I'm doing on with like the Film Academy, and putting together like writers' rooms and stuff like that. So really it's just more projects than I did last year, becoming better than I am as a director, better than I am as a businessman. I think that's the most important thing for me is scaling up business. I've done so much on my own that now I'm at the point where I just want more people involved. So I think at the end of the year, I want to have real employees. I want to have bigger partnerships, and I want to hit a goal financially that's over 100K. So if I could do all of those, I'm good. I won for the year, and I'm good. Like, I don't want to do everything myself. I don't want to do anything myself no more. Like, you know what I mean? I want more people involved because that's the only way you're going to be able to scale up.
So they say the rich, man, they make their money work for them, man.
Absolutely.
They ain't really putting in that work with their physical body, you know what I mean? If you can make your money work for you, why not?
That's when you win it.
Yeah.
So
That's where I'm at, man. I just want to build that residual income. That way I have more time to do what I want to do, man. Live that life, man. Like, stress free. You know, they say more money, more problems, but I say more money if you got no more problems, then you ain't doing something right. But yeah, man, but that sounds like it's gonna be an awesome year for you, you know what I mean?
So, man.
And you know, I hope everything that you want actually happens for you.
Appreciate
you know what I mean?
man.
And so tell the people, where can they find you, man, so they can lock in and just follow you, man, and grow with you?
Dreamboy Vision, everything. IG, Dreamboy Vision. Twitter, Dreamboy Vision. YouTube, go follow the Recession. Get them views up, get them subscribers up. That's all you do is type in the Recession Web Series, and you can also go to dreamboyvision.com. You can find out everything about me, any way you can support, and that's pretty much that. I'm everywhere. Just find me, man, Maurice Paramore, your favorite director, or type in Dreamboy Vision, and I'm there. I'm down. Also, I have a service called the Short Film Production, where anybody that has a script, you actors that want to start, you know, producing your own projects or any of that stuff, come holler at me. I'll get your whole short film done, one-stop shop, get everything done. All you got to do is bring the script, and I have a almost award-winning production film ready for you, all right?
Killing the game, man. You already hit it, man. So just lock in, tune in, follow that man, subscribe, and don't forget, DMTV. I'm your host, Divine King, Act 2 Philly. See you next week.